You can't outthink FOMO. You can't meditate it away, journal it out, or swear it off forever. Because FOMO isn't something that happens in your head. It happens in your body. It's the tightening in your chest when price moves without you. The quickened breath when the candle starts to break. The tension that says, you're missing it. Every trader has felt it. But what separates professionals from everyone else is not that they never feel it. It's that they know what to do when it comes. They don't fight the emotion. They redirect it toward process. FOMO thrives in uncertainty. It feeds off chaos, off moments when structure disappears. When you don't have clearly defined conditions for what qualifies as a trade, everything looks like a trade. The mind fills that void with noise and urges. It starts inventing logic, building stories, creating pressure. And because those stories sound analytical, they feel justified. That's how FOMO wins, not by making you reckless, but by making you reasonable. You convince yourself the trade lines up. You rationalize that missing this one means missing the move of the day. That small emotional discomfort grows until doing nothing feels worse than taking a bad trade. But there's one thing FOMO can't survive: structure. Structure is reality. It's your checklist, your conditions, your proof. It's the border that separates signal from noise. Every rule you define makes your world smaller and quieter. Because when your edge is clear, there's no room left for negotiation. You don't have to decide if something qualifies. It either does or it doesn't. And that simplicity is freedom. It's not cold or robotic. It's compassionate. Because it frees you from the constant mental tug-of-war between fear and control. When traders say, "Trade your plan," most take it as a slogan. But it's not a slogan. It's a survival mechanism. Every time you follow your plan, you strengthen trust. Every time you break it, you weaken it. Trust isn't built through thinking. It's built through repetition. The same way a muscle grows under tension, discipline grows under repetition. FOMO can't exist when trust is strong, because trust replaces what fear tries to fill. When you know exactly what a valid setup looks like, missing random moves no longer feels painful. It feels irrelevant. Structure doesn't silence FOMO immediately. It just gives you somewhere to put it. When that tension builds, you can channel it into the next valid setup, into review, into process. The urge to act becomes the urge to prepare. That's how you turn emotion into edge. Every time you redirect that energy towards structure, you build emotional calluses, not to block out feeling, but to trade through it. You learn to stand in discomfort without reacting. And that's where professionalism begins. Because the goal isn't to eliminate emotion, it's to operate skillfully despite it. When your identity shifts from reacting to executing, you stop needing the market to validate you. You no longer chase trades to prove competence. You no longer need the next setup to erase the last mistake. You trade because your process told you to, not because fear pushed you to. That subtle shift changes everything: your pace, your tone, your rhythm. The market starts to feel slower, calmer, even predictable. Not because it changed, but because you did. You stopped trying to control the market and started mastering yourself. FOMO will always knock on the door. It doesn't disappear. But the more you practice structure, the quieter it gets. You start recognizing its voice. The one that says, "Don't miss this," or "just this once." You learn to smile at it, not obey it. Because you know that every time you say no to FOMO, you say yes to your edge. Every time you wait, you widen your advantage. Over time, that small choice, the choice to wait, compounds more than any winning trade ever could. So the cure isn't to suppress fear or shame yourself for feeling it. The cure is to give fear a framework, to know exactly what qualifies as action and what doesn't. When the conditions are clear, your mind quiets, your breathing slows, and your execution becomes automatic. That's the moment every trader is chasing, the moment when the noise fades and all that's left is flow. That's not luck or mindset hype. That's what happens when structure becomes stronger than emotion.